Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about allergens and how to be introducing them to your little ones. So what we're looking for is that ideally we're going to be trying one new allergen per week. As a whole, they're going to be 9 allergens, which we would be considering to be the top ones. So what they are, I'll go through them quickly. They're going to be wheat, they're going to be eggs, seafood, soy products, nuts, fish, peanuts,
sesame seeds,
and then cow's milk proteins. So you'll be going through each of these one new week. And ideally, the way that you would be introducing them is that over a period of 3 days, you're going to be increasing the dosage. And you'd be doing them in a specific order. So first off, the first way that I always introduce solids is going to be with eggs. What we do with eggs is either if you're doing it in the whole food format, you're going just to be simply slicing up the egg like this. Otherwise, if you're going to be using a puree, you can very easily mash this up and put it on the tip of the mini spoon here. What you'll be doing is you'll be doing about 1/4 of this spoon for starters. Then you'll move on to the second day where you'll be doing about the whole spoon. And then on the third day, you'd be doing around about 1/4 of a whole egg. You'd be waiting around about 2 days before introducing a new allergen. So what I normally recommend is be doing it 1 per week. As I've mentioned, you'll first start off with your eggs and then you'll move on to your peanuts. This is going to be the one that's going to be really scary for parents. Parents are petrified of introducing peanuts to their babies. The way that you would be doing it is you're either going to be getting peanuts in a nut butter format. So go for an option of nut butter that's going to just be containing the peanuts. We don't want anything else added into it. Look on the label and make sure it just says peanuts. You can either do it in that format, or you'd be taking these nuts and simply putting them into a blender, grind them down, and then be sprinkling it over something that they're eating. Again, do it for a series of 3 days, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and then a full teaspoon. Remember that if your baby has been having formula, and particularly has been having their cow's milk formula, our cow's milk protein has already been introduced to our baby. And if they haven't had a reaction, it's not going to be as important for us to be making sure that they have this introduction. Really important for us then to be following on with the way that I would do it is going to be go for your seafood and your fish. We're really wanting to be getting protein into our babies at this point in time. Our proteins contain a lot more iron within them, so this is going to be helping our baby's brain development and really boosting up their stores, which have become depleted over those first 6 months of life. What you're looking at with allergies to really essentially see if there is an allergic reaction is it's going to be occurring in either 3 different manners. We'd either have a very minor reaction, we might move into a moderate reaction, or we might go into a more severe reaction. Starting off with our more minor reactions is you might start to notice that your child all of a sudden becomes very irritable. They might start tugging at their tongue. They might start rubbing at their eyes. These are going to be indications that something just is not right. The other thing is your child might start sneezing. So one tip is to always make sure that your child is healthy and not showing any signs of being sick when you start to be introducing these allergenic foods. Other signs that are moving on to the more moderate effects are if your baby starts to show a little bit of a rash. That rash doesn't need to be focused around the mouth and neck. It might not appear here at all. It might be appearing on their stomach, on their back, on their upper legs. That's going to be an indication that something within what they ate is causing a reaction. If baby then experiences some vomiting and diarrhea, it's going to be another trigger that yes, there is a concern here that we need to be investigating. If there's just vomiting and diarrhea, it's not likely that there's going to be an allergy, but there is something else going on that we would need to be investigating. The more severe effects are going to be anaphylaxis. When we're looking at anaphylaxis, that's when our airways can close. Trying to put you at a little bit of rest here is that when we look at anaphylaxis, it's very unlikely for anaphylaxis to happen on a first-time exposure. So if you are concerned, and I often say this to clients, is particularly with peanuts, go and offer these at your doctor's office. Go and offer these in the hospital parking lot. so that at least if there is a reaction, it can put you at ease that there's something right there and available for me to go. In terms of our timing of our allergenic foods, you can be offering them with other foods that your baby has already tried. So for example, if your baby's already tried avocado, you could be having for breakfast an avocado and some egg mixed together. That way, if there is a reaction, you know, well, the egg was that new food and the high allergenic food. The other thing with allergens is that we generally would be seeing a reaction within around 20 minutes to 3 hours. So always be offering it early on in the day, either for breakfast or at that lunchtime meal. Try not to be offering it at that nighttime meal. That nighttime meal means that you're really going to be having to keeping an eye on your baby whilst they're sleeping in case there is a reaction. So go for early on in the day. I hope this has helped. Have a lovely day, everybody. Bye.